What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about these shoes, the Vibram Furoshikis. I've been wearing them since January and they're probably my most used training shoe. So I'm going to tell you how these have handled over the last 250 miles, and I'm going to give you my last final review of these Vibram Furoshikis. Alright guys, so Vibram did not send me over these shoes. I did buy these with my own money. You guys can actually check out the video that I put out right over here. And since then, I've really enjoyed these shoes, the Vibram Furoshikis. Just as a little bit of a history about them, Vibram Furoshiki, the name Furoshiki means to wrap something like with cloth in the Japanese culture. So like these shoes, what you would do is slip them on and put them on your foot like I'm doing with my hand. And then you would wrap the fabric around your hand like that. So just like that. And how these shoes handled over the last 250 miles, I have to be honest, when I first got these, I wasn't sure if these are going to be the greatest shoes to wear for running. And I have ran a lot of miles in these. Not only ran, but I've also lived in these shoes. I brought them out on casual wear. Anna isn't the biggest fan of these shoes when I do wear them out, but they are better than flip-flops. So she does like me wearing these better than flip-flops. So I will wear these out casually. I'll wear them walking, hiking, doing everything in these shoes because I've really enjoyed these shoes over the last year. So how have they handled? Let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom. So if you can see right there, there is a little bit of wear and tear over here, but not as much as I thought there was going to be. I thought that the wear and tear would be a lot worse than what it is. Right here in the forefoot, almost midfoot, there's some wear over here where you can see it. Let's see if you get a little closer. But you can still see that there's still some tread underneath it, but it is pretty smooth over here, and also in the front, in the toe area over here, and then also on the heel. So you can see right here on the heel, right here is a little bit more smooth. It's not too much, because when you do run in these type of shoes, these minimalist type of shoes, you do need a bit of a heel touch. You don't want a heel strike. You want to just heel touch with these, because if you are heel striking, it's going to hurt and you're going to feel it. And you're not going to be wanting to run in these type of shoes for sure. But also I do walk in these, and the tread, even with me walking in these, isn't horrible. Like even I'm pretty happy that it's, you know, it's pretty minimal wear on these for 250 miles. So the grip on these isn't going to be the greatest. Like I did actually run on a trail and I went up through some muddy hills and I slipped. So it's not going to be the best trail shoe for sure. And these definitely aren't going to be trail shoes. I did get stuck in the mud and it is sucked off the shoe. So for trails, this isn't going to be the shoe that you're going to want to wear. You're going to want to pick something else for sure. But for running, and I've run 250 miles in these shoes, I enjoy them. I feel that they are the perfect shoe for me. I actually want to buy another pair of these shoes just because I do like them so much. These are minimalist shoes, so you will get a lot of runners asking you what is on your feet. Are those slippers? What are you wearing? Are those comfortable? Do they have any support? And support comes from your own body, your own foot strike, everything. If you guys know about minimalist running, I'm a big 240-pound runner, and I have had no issues with my knees, with my ankles, with anything else running 250 plus miles with these since January. Of course, you're not gonna get any kind of cushioning. There is this thick rubber on the bottom, which for me is more than enough. I feel very comfortable in them. If you are used to foam shoes, because these have no foam, I mean, there may be a little bit of cushioning, but it's just going to be that rubber compressing. So there's not going to be any feedback besides the feedback that you get from your own foot strike and landing whenever you are landing, and you know, naturally, as they say. Is this type of running shoe going to be for everybody? No, but it works for me. A lot of people are talking about the width of the shoe being too narrow, and I've run in Vibram since about 2012. I kind of stopped 2 years ago, but I brought them back, and now I'm running a lot of my miles in these. I don't think it's too narrow. I did see another reviewer say that it was too narrow, that all your toes had to fit in this toe box over here, because there is this toe box over here that is the non-stretchy part. But for me, only like my first 3 toes fit in there, and the other two are hanging off, so they're not inside that little pocket. That was one of the issues, that my pinky would come off of that pocket, but I've ran a ton of miles in them, and the only time that does bother me is when I am jumping rope. Other than that, when I'm running, it hasn't been an issue. I think that is wide enough for me. I do wear a size 12, and I don't like narrow shoes when I am wearing narrow traditional shoes. I don't like wearing those at all, but I do like wearing these. People also talked about the Velcro. So if you are unvelcroing it every run after you take it off and put it on, you're not wearing these right. Like, to be honest, you just want to slip them on and off. So the Velcro pretty much stays in its spot whenever I'm not using them. I'm never unvelcroing it and velcroing in. I'm never doing this. I'm never taking them off. I only do that probably to show it off. I'll only unvelcro it whenever I show people how to wear these shoes. Other than that, I'm using this as slip-on shoes, so I'm not messing with a Velcro at all. And you shouldn't be either. You should just be slipping them on and off, and that's how I use them. I also use them for weightlifting. These shoes are pretty much the perfect shoe for me, because you don't want cushioned shoes when you are deadlifting, when you are bench pressing, when you are squatting, because the cushion will cause an imbalance. Whenever you're putting pressure more on one side and not pressure on the other side, it's going to be uneven if you are wearing cushion shoes. But with uncushioned shoes like these zero drop shoes, this is what pretty much a lot of lifters lift in. A lot of lifters actually lift barefoot. So for me, perfect lifting shoe, perfect gym shoe. As far as the cons, they do get stinky. I do like wearing these shoes because I don't have to wear socks whatsoever. And if you don't wear socks with them, eventually they will start to stink. Like, I brought them over to Austin for the Austin Half Marathon, and I put them next to the bed at the hotel. And Anna was not happy. She told me to put these shoes in a bag in the closet away from her and everybody else. So that's what I did. They do get stinky. You could wash them. I've washed these shoes in the washer probably 6 or 7 or 10 times. I don't know. I wash these a lot. Whenever they do get muddy, stinky, or a little grimy feeling, I will put them in the washer and stick them in there and let them air dry out in the sun. So there is that issue of stinkiness, but it's simply fixed by sticking them in the washer and then letting them air dry after that. Other than that, I really have no issues with them. These have been my favorite running shoe to run in. Like I said, I don't like to find matching pair of socks every time I go out to run, so this is the easiest thing for me to put on, and I enjoy running in them. You do have to get used to minimalist running. If you're not used to that, you probably aren't gonna like these shoes. But for me, if you're coming from Vibrams, they work perfectly for me. I had no issues with the width of them. They worked well for me. And because of that, I'm gonna give this, again, a Goku runner thumbs up. If you wanna run, if you wanna lift, if you wanna live in these shoes, I'm a big fan of them. In fact, I'm probably gonna buy me another pair here on Amazon Prime Day. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video of this second look and long-term review of the Vibram Furoshikis. How long do I think they're gonna last? I don't know. They're probably gonna last a good while. The rubber is holding up. There is a little bit of that wear away of the tread, but they seem to be lasting good for me. And I'm looking forward to running a lot more miles in these. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.